Coronation Street fans all raised the same criticism as the latest installment of the soap wrapped up. Many viewers are still adjusting to the new 30-minute format, having grown accustomed to last year's hour-long episodes. However, the shorter runtime hasn't reduced the level of drama unfolding in Weatherfield. Wednesday's ITV episode kicked off with Tyrone lashing out at Carl, accusing him of being behind the hit-and-run incident. Elsewhere, an uncomfortable moment followed when Jod bumped into Kit in the cafe while Roy and Nina discussed the mystery pen pal he's been messaging. Yet, it was Carla and Lisa's storyline that truly captured fans' attention. The pairing, affectionately dubbed Swara by viewers, has supporters eagerly awaiting a reunion after months of turmoil. One of Weatherfield's most beloved couples ended their engagement last year after the shock return of Lisa's ex, Becky Swain. Lisa was left stunned when her former wife, believed to have been dead for 4 years, suddenly appeared at her doorstep. Becky quickly made her motives clear, determined to reclaim both Lisa and Betsy as permanent fixtures in her life. She almost got her way, hatching a plan to flee to Spain under new identities and abducting Carla along the way. Although the Corrie episode was filled with grief following Billy's death, it also saw Becky's scheme finally collapse, much to viewers' relief as she was sent to prison. In recent episodes, Lisa has been working hard to win Carla back and repair their fractured relationship. She even wrote a heartfelt letter to the underworld owner inviting her to lunch at the bistro. Her hopes were dashed, however, when Carla failed to show up. After polishing off an entire bottle of wine, a distraught Lisa headed out to look for Carla, who was tied up in a business meeting at the Chariot Square Hotel. The situation quickly spiraled as Lisa hurled insults at Carla's clients and was sick in the hotel lobby before Ryan intervened to calm things down. As the episode drew to a close, Lisa was seen lying on her sofa at home, admitting, "I didn't think you were coming back. I thought you hated me." The camera then revealed Carla by her side, reassuring her with the words, "I was just being stubborn." Fans were thrilled to see the pair finally open up to each other, even if Lisa was worse for wear. However, viewers were momentarily pulled out of the moment after noticing background music playing over the final scenes. The added soundtrack accompanied moments featuring Lisa and Carla, Kevin sitting alone in his flat, and the Driscolls sharing a meal. Many fans took to social media to comment on the unexpected musical choice, with several insisting it felt out of place. One wrote, "Loved the final scene and seeing Carla finally relax, but the music really wasn't needed." Another complained, "What was that music at the end of Corrie? It just didn't work." A third added, "The music started so abruptly with no real build-up." Others were even more direct, with one viewer pleading, "Please stop with the music," while another said, "Just let the actors speak for themselves." Fans will have to tune in again tomorrow to discover whether Carla and Lisa can truly move past their history. Could Swirla finally get their happy ending? Roy Creeper is left completely shaken by a startling discovery about his new romantic interest, Alice, in Coronation Street. The gentle, quietly eccentric cafe owner is hardly the sort of character viewers expect to see searching for love. Yet love appears to have found Roy, and it's arrived hand-in-hand with a huge and troubling secret. Everyone knows Roy's greatest and most meaningful relationship was with the unforgettable Hayley Creeper. The socially awkward Roy's Rolls boss fell deeply in love with Hayley, a transgender woman, and their partnership became one of the most powerful and emotional storylines ever portrayed on the cobbles. Since Hayley's heartbreaking death from pancreatic cancer in 2014, the idea of Roy finding love again has felt almost unthinkable to many fans, as wrong as mixing salad cream with chips. However, romance struck unexpectedly late last year when Roy began exchanging letters with prison inmates. After being falsely jailed for the murder of Lauren Bolton, Roy understands better than most how damaging life behind bars can be to a person's mental well-being. Writing letters was his quiet way of offering comfort and support. What he didn't anticipate was forming a connection with Alice, a woman who contacted him as the mother of one of the prisoners Roy had been corresponding with. Worried that he might be unintentionally leading her on, Roy turned to Shona Platt and Nina Lucas for advice on how to express himself clearly. When Nina jokingly suggested he make a move on Alice, Roy reacted angrily, and there was a deeply personal reason why. The exchange came just days before the anniversary of Haley's death. After spending time reflecting at the boating lake, where Haley's ashes were scattered, Roy returned home and opened up to Na about Alice. Na reassured him that Alice was probably genuine and not a catfish. Encouragement also came from Carla Connor, who reminded Roy that Haley would want him to find happiness. With renewed confidence, Roy allowed himself to explore the possibility of something more with Alice. But it soon becomes clear that Alice may not be telling the whole truth. Upcoming episodes reveal a shocking twist when a man in his 50s walks into the cafe and introduces himself as Mal, Alice's husband. The revelation leaves Roy utterly floored. How on earth will Roy explain himself now? Corrie fans have since taken to social media in droves, spinning wild theories about who Alice really is. Does she even exist at all? Could she be a fictional persona invented by Mal? Others believe Alice might be someone viewers already know. One popular fan theory suggested she could be Airedale's drug dealer, Celia Daniels, tied into the Corrie crossover. So Roy is obviously writing to Celia, right? One fan joked, adding, Alice equals Celia. Although Celia's recent death in Airedale put an end to that theory, some fans still think a crossover twist could be on the cards, especially since Corrie newcomer Jodie Ramsey recently escaped from the Dales. Could Graham be the one behind the letters? Another outlandish idea proposes that Alice might be the mother of Airedale's chaotic Kev Townsend. But perhaps the most entertaining theory of all is that Roy is being deliberately toyed with by a master manipulator, none other than Airedale's Nicola King. I'm convinced Nicola from Airedale is Roy's pen pal, and she's using the fake name Alice. One fan speculated. Stranger things have happened. Ryan Connor is set to endure a horrifying ordeal in Coronation Street next week when he becomes the target of a violent crime at work. The Weatherfield favorite finds himself in serious danger after armed thieves storm the hotel during his shift. Confronted by two masked intruders as they break into the safe, a terrified Ryan genuinely fears he may not survive the encounter. With his life on the line, will Carl Webster step in to save him? The shocking attack unfolds only weeks after Ryan attempted to warn Debbie about Carl's shady behavior and alleged attempts to swindle her. Ryan's concerns only deepen the already frosty atmosphere between the two colleagues. But could this terrifying incident force them into an uneasy ceasefire? The luxurious Chariot Square Hotel is the last place you'd expect something like this to happen, reveals a Corrie insider. Sadly for Ryan, he becomes trapped in a nightmare robbery that spirals rapidly out of control. It's a stark reminder that danger can strike anywhere. During what starts as a calm and uneventful shift, Ryan is caught off guard when two suspicious-looking men stride up to the reception desk. They demand access to the safe and make it clear they're not bluffing when they brandish a claw hammer, threatening serious harm if he refuses. Shaken to his core, Ryan is paralyzed with fear. Realizing the terrifying consequences of defiance, he reluctantly does as he's told. The thugs quickly shovel the cash into a bag, leaving Ryan feeling helpless and detached, as though the whole thing is unreal. But the worst is yet to come. Once they've emptied the safe, the attackers decide to ensure Ryan won't interfere or raise the alarm. Turning violently on him, they launch a savage assault. Curling up in terror, Ryan begs them to stop, fearing the blows could prove fatal. As he braces himself for the worst, Ryan is stunned when help arrives from the most unexpected source. Carl suddenly walks in on the chaos. The insider adds, they're far from friends, but Ryan is relieved to see him nonetheless. Carl is horrified by what he's witnessing. But will he act in time to protect Ryan and prevent his sister's hotel from being robbed blind? Having previously accused Carl of cheating Debbie out of money, an allegation Carl angrily dismissed, Ryan knows he's not exactly popular with him right now. With Carl known for his arrogance and ruthless streak, it's unclear whether he'll step up or Corrie stand by and watch Ryan suffer. Will Carl follow his conscience and save a defenseless Ryan when it matters most? Or will he seize the opportunity to enjoy seeing his rival pay the price for nearly exposing his deceit? Coronation Street airs weeknights at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1 and is available to stream on ITVX.